Kamusta strict press natin?
Don't work out with Tito Jr.
Uy! OA.
What's up, Titos and Titas? Jeridan Conde here, TitoFit, and I am a 15-year veteran of the fitness industry. I've worked as a coach, I've worked in club management, done bodybuilding style training, I've done CrossFit style training, and I still do coach in CrossFit up to this very day. In this channel, we talk about health, we talk about fitness, we talk about living your best life as a Tito and Tita. So if you're interested in all of that stuff, please subscribe and wait for it. I'm here right now. I'm outside the gym. Ooh. I'm waiting for Tito Austin, and I just spilled some water on me. I'm making some BCAAs. I'm gonna be training fasted. According to my app, I do use an app to help me with tracking my fasting hours. I have been fasting for a little over 16 and a half hours, so I'm actually in a fat burning state right now. For those of you who don't know, training in a fasted state is a little bit controversial because some people swear by it while some people are vehemently against it. Now, I'm neither of those people. I say if you want to train fasted, go ahead, train fasted if that works for you. If you want to train in a fed state, go ahead, that works for you. Now, personally, I've been training more or less fasted for the most part for the last, let's say, 8 years. I started doing intermittent fasting around 2012, a little bit on and off. Now, every so on, I'm going to train in a fed state simply because I know how to listen to my body now. I used to be a little bit more rigid with routines, but with Tito age, as you get a little older, you learn to become a little bit more flexible, a little bit more adaptable. And what are the pros of training in a fasted state? So here's the thing, when you fast, your body starts to tap into your fat stores. So that is the reasoning behind training in a fasted state. Now, for those of you who haven't watched our previous videos on fasting, we do talk about that quite a lot, intermittent fasting to be specific. A little bit of a mix between, okay, I'm shaking it, a little bit of a mix between fasting for health and fasting for fitness. So in this particular video, we'll be talking about training in a fasted state, or in my case, strength training. Here's where the debate happens. The debate happens when people say, is it ideal to train in a fasted state? Research says that there's no clear answer on it yet. Now, a lot of research has been pointing towards that training in a fasted state may not be ideal because it does impair your performance a little bit. So if you're wanting to set like a personal record or a personal best, it might not be the best option for you. On the other hand, there is an argument for training in a fasted state, especially doing things like some steady state cardio, low intensity cardio. And that is because when you fast, you're in a catabolic state. So when you're in a catabolic state, what happens is that your body starts to burn fat from your fat stores. The reason why that's happening is because its energy source, which is usually glycogen or stored sugar in your liver and in your muscles, is starting to become depleted. So from the 4-hour mark after you eat your last bite all the way up to the 16-hour mark, your glycogen starts to get depleted. By about the 16-hour mark, for most cases, most of the research supports this, that your glycogen has been depleted, and now your body starts to shift to getting some of that energy from your fat stores. So what happens is that when you do low intensity cardio, low intensity training, is that most of the energy source that will be prioritized by your body will be coming from fat. Now, don't make the mistake. Fat burning and fat loss are two different things. Fat burning simply means that your body is using fat as an energy source. Fat loss, on the other hand, is your body losing fat, losing actual fat in the form of pounds or weight. So there's a big difference there. If you eat a lot of fat, so this is what the keto apologists always argue with, your body will burn fat. Now, naturally, that's a double-edged sword. You eat more fat, your body will burn more fat. So it's actually a zero-sum game, or it could be a zero-sum game if you think about it that way. But, it's a little bit more complicated than that. Now, I for one, I've been used to this way of doing things. I've been training fasted about, I'd say 80% of the time I train fasted. There is that 20% of the time where I'll probably eat a light meal about 2 hours before training, but that happens very rarely. Or when I'm training for a competition before this whole pandemic happened, and I used to compete in functional fitness and CrossFit style competitions, I would train in a fed state about 2 hours simply because I know that the research does point towards your performance being better in a slightly fed state. We're gonna train in a bit and see how it goes. So I'm gonna be drinking my BCAAs. I'm training back today. Tito Austin's actually here. I see him parking now. So wait for it.
I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it, then I'm never going back. Get it, then I'm never going back. I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it, then I'm never going back. Get it, then I'm never going back. Going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it, then I'm never going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it, then I'm never going. I get to it out the runway. Different incomes, not one way. Living life on a one way. I knew this would happen someday. You can ask my day one day. Cloudy days turn to sun rays. Only way to way up way. Know my way, know my feng shui. I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it, then I'm never going back. Get it, then I'm never going back. I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last.
I'm almost 18 hours in to the fast, towards the end of the workout. So yeah, the last 2 exercises, so that's a total of 6 sets, and I'm still feeling good. And I don't feel lightheaded or anything like that. So it goes to show you that when you adapt to it, you can train fasted relatively easy without much discomfort. Biglang dito pala bumigay, first set pala
Never going back, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it, then I'm never going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it, then I'm never going.
Grasshopper doing reverse pec deck, aka rear delt flies. Mantis. You shall do this, Mantis. And I'm the panda. Just finished the workout, so it's 18 hours and 8 minutes past. So this, for those of you who want to know, this app is called Zero. Zero Fasting. It's on the App Store. Not sure if it's available on Android. So basically, I feel good after working out. Not that hungry. 18 hours and counting. But the minute I get home, I'll probably whip up a smoothie with some berries and some whey, of course, from Whale.
Drink your water,
Whale Prime
please.
Isolate. That's what I'm gonna have. And yeah, so if you want to try this, it's not for everyone. Do what works best for you. But if you want to try it, ease into it slowly. So I don't recommend going straight into 18 hours right away or training at 16 hours. Maybe you want to start like at 10, then maybe after like a week or 2, if you feel good, crank it up to 12. If you still feel okay after another 2 weeks of doing that, maybe 14, then 16. You get the picture. Increase by about 2 hours every 2 weeks if you want to try it. And if you're trying to build muscle, don't forget to take your BCAAs or TAAs before. Probably do a video on that as to why. And Titos and Titas, if you haven't seen yet, make sure to check out other videos on fasting. They're right here, right next to me. So those are your basics of fasting for you to understand more. Drop a comment down below if you want to see something else. If you appreciate this video, thank you guys.
15-year veteran, blah, 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 blah.